Oftentimes, one of the most sexiest topics that's talked about in the spiritual realm is the ideal of developing one's clairvoyance. Now, clairvoyance could be many things. To me, as a healer, it's my ability to see disharmonies within the body, is to visually see any imbalances in organs, any imbalances in the nervous system, any imbalance in the emotional heart space, and the list goes on and on. But for other practitioners, perhaps it's your ability to see possibilities into the future and the past. It's an ability to see ghosts, spirits, deceased ones, or deities that you work with in your own worship and your own spiritual cultivation. So clairvoyance can be developed in many different ways, and it's very much directed based on the intentionality of what you put into your purpose of cultivation, as well as your karmic stream and what you're destined to develop in this lifetime. We can have a 10-day lecture just on clairvoyance alone. However, before we dabble into this, and with any new coming students, I always recommend that they put that desire off to the side. The reason why is because oftentimes people who are too attached to the development of clairvoyance ends up shooting themselves in the feet. They end up regretting how much they developed it. And it's one of those things is that once you open up, it's very hard to close back up. And if you open up these ability without a clear intention of why you need it, there is repercussions. Imagine being able to see, how someone dies. And every person you meet, you're seeing their past, future, all the stuff that they've done, all the sins that they've committed, all of their emotional disharmonies, being able to feel and see everyone's health issues. This is not something that you want to invite in your life. And personally, for me, I've, even in the strictest level of practice, sometimes I open up my abilities a bit too much, and it's really affected the quality of my life. And sometimes I have to go into mountains just in complete isolation for weeks, if not months, to really close up those abilities and train myself how to regulate it. And that's my own process, and only opening up little by little by little. So imagine someone that has no experience of this world whatsoever, and having an external shaman or some energy practitioner blast open their third eye and just open up everything about about their sight without the proper context of why they want to see or what their karmic path is to see. Yes, I do put a lot of caution to this, and one thing I would say is before ever developing this, you want to have like a solid 1 to 3 years of experience just balancing yourself, balancing your emotions, releasing your shadows. This is something that we teach, right, with our own training. And also you want to develop the sensory sensescape first, or rather the clairsentience, your ability to feel energy. Because one of the challenges with developing clairvoyance, if you don't have your other sense gates open, is that it's very misleading, especially working the astral field. Spirits can take on different impressions that comes off in a very manipulative or deceiving way. So maybe you're seeing an image of, oh, this is Jesus Christ talking to me, but it could be a lesser spirit putting on the face of Jesus to deceive you in doing certain things that isn't in your highest interest to do, but is at the interest and the bequest of that spirit. Whenever students come to me with these radical experiences and all of these visions, it's always, I always see it as a red flag, and it's something that I would dig really deep into. And the first question that I ask my higher self and I assess about the student is if they're stable enough and they're equanimous enough. And if a student's like, oh my God, I saw this and this is, and they keep talking about it as if that kind of anchors their spiritual life, this is a sure sign that they're not ready for it and that what they're seeing is delusional. So we want to be very careful on how we cultivate clairvoyance so it doesn't become delusional and we're seeing things that it's helping us along our path of ascension as opposed to something that is distracting us and that is just making us sound crazy to the external public. So this is why in our teachings on the very first day, the technique that we teach is to open up the clairsentience. And when you can feel the energy, your feeling, the way you feel does not lie to you. So if you're feeling uncomfortable about a specific energy, or if something that a teacher is saying that makes you feel like, oh, this resonates with truth, then that is your compass, that is your marker towards what you can resonate and cultivate more of. So this is really the inner compass that we develop. And once you get that inner compass really fine-tuned, then you can superimpose the clairvoyance. So then when you begin to see these sights, you can connect it with the feeling that you have. And it's like, okay, I see Virgin Mary. Now let me feel. How does this energy feel to me? And how does the intention of whatever I'm seeing feel? Or do I feel nothing? Because that could be a hallucination as well, right? So just some food for thought on the development and your own progress, and really who you take on as a teacher and what the teacher's offering you. In general, if the teacher's advertising on blowing open your kundalini energy and activating your third eye, these are all major red flags. You do not want to venture into that, and you want to stay as far away from these type of individuals as possible, because you'll see that it's just purely ego, and it's a pure demonstration of their own power at the disregard of your own karmic path and of your own natural progress of development. You want to invite teachers that can teach you how to activate these skills and show you logically the sequence of what it takes to activate these skills, as opposed to someone that will shortcut that for you and activate it on their own regards. Okay, so that's it for now. If you ever feel like you have received transmission that wasn't to your highest good, or if you ever feel a little confused about this type of work, drop us a comment below. You can message us individually, and we're happy consulting you on how to progress, just so that you could potentially avoid pitfalls that could take years, if not a lifetime, to come back from. Okay, so let's stay in touch, and that's it for now. Thank you.